American town 15 years ago. Michael? Halloween.
I spent 8 years trying to reach him, and then another 7 trying to keep him locked up because I realized that what was living behind that boy's eyes was purely and simply evil. I think he'll come back.
Exploring uncharted territory.
And totally charted.
Just talk.
Sure. The only reason she babysits is to have
Halloween.
Okay, Linda. Come on out. Halloween, the night he came home.
Seems to me you're just plain scared.
Yes, I am. I met him 15 years ago. I was told there was nothing left. No reason, no conscience, no understanding, and even the most rudimentary sense of life or death, of good or evil, right or wrong. I met this 6-year-old child with this blank, pale, emotionless face and the blackest eyes, the devil's eyes. I spent 8 years trying to reach him, and then another 7 trying to keep him locked up because I realized that what was living behind that boy's eyes was purely and simply evil.
Yes, Michael Myers, young boy, murders his elder sister, Judith Myers. 15 years later, he returns home to Haddonfield, Illinois, to murder more teenagers. And we get the 1978 classic, Halloween. Well, Halloween for us is tomorrow. So what is more fitting than talking about the movie Halloween and the lore of Michael Myers? So let's get into it. Halloween is definitely one of the most iconic horror pictures of all time. It obviously helped push the slasher film genre, and it just brought that eerie feeling to the October 31st holiday. It also brought in John Carpenter as one of the groundbreaking filmmakers from the 70s and the 80s. And of course, we get Michael Myers, who gave us countless nightmares and went on to inspire sequels, and also remakes, with Rob Zombie. And of course, our latest trilogy with Halloween 2018, Halloween Kills, and Halloween Ends. So Michael continues to terrify our neighborhoods. Now, John Carpenter had some help with Deborah Hill, who pretty much was a producer to the film. And one of the things that she had brought from her real world was her hometown of Haddonfield, New Jersey. So instead we get Haddonfield, Illinois. And also Hill pretty much had a hand in the screenplay. She was writing all the dialogue between the teenage characters, Laurie, Annie, and Linda, based on some of her adolescent experiences with her friends. Now, if you go and watch this film, or if you've recently watched it, maybe watch one more time, because then you could look for these mistakes. Well, there's a notable error that occurs in the scene where Annie and Laurie investigate a shrub where Laurie saw Michael move behind. Well, you can catch a huge puff of smoke courtesy of John Carpenter, who was lighting up a cigarette too close to the camera. And then also a notable error was a crew member is seen hiding in the shadows as the phone rings incessantly in Lindsay Walker's house. Another notable error is a wrench was taped to Michael Myers' hand to aid in smashing a car window, and a magical shift from day to night as Laurie and Annie drive a few mere blocks. So there's a few, mistakes throughout the film that, if you really pay attention, you can kind of catch on to. There's also a California license plate. But I mean, hey, they made the film in 20 days. Now, PJ Soles, who is one of the memorable characters in Halloween, playing Linda Van Der Klock, at the time of the filming, she was dating actor Dennis Quaid, and they actually got married that same year. And Dennis Quaid was initially pegged to play her on-screen doomed boyfriend, Bob Sims, but a scheduling conflict prevented him from taking the part. Now, continuing on with that couple, when they actually had a memorable moment with the film at an early screening, because there was the notorious scene where she is bare-chested and she utters, "See anything you like?" Well, there was an overly excited man in the audience, and he screamed, "Hell yes, I do!" And so Soles, who found the outburst hilarious, had to restrain Quaid from physically confronting the catcaller. Now, Nick Castle, he actually played Myers for just $25 a day. Now, that just seems crazy, especially since he had so many memorable moments, such as the creepy head tilt as he admires his handiwork. And of course, you have to talk about Jamie Lee Curtis. It was her acting debut, one that earned her the honorary title as an original Scream Queen, leading to other horror film works like Terror Train and The Fog. And then she had a current Fox television series, Scream Queens. But she was not the first choice for the role. That actually went to actress Anne Lockhart, the daughter of actress June Lockhart, and was best known for her role as Lieutenant Sheba on the original 1978 science fiction television series Battlestar Galactica. She did turn down the role, and then of course Deborah Hill realized that Jamie Lee Curtis had a unique marquee value for the role. And of course, her mom did play the lead in Psycho. And both mom and daughter would appear in Halloween H2O 20 years later. They appeared in that film together. I shot him 6 times. Well, the high-profile member, Donald Pleasence, his $40,000 was one of the film's biggest expenses. Now, Donald Pleasence wasn't thrilled with the script, and he really didn't relate to it. However, he did accept the part because his daughter was a huge fan of Carpenter's 1976 crime thriller Assault on Precinct 13. Well, we were very fortunate for that, because obviously Dr. Loomis and Michael Myers, their relationship and how it furthers the franchise has given us some great films and some moments of Michael Myers and Dr. Loomis that will forever be in our hearts.